Hey everybody, happy Friday. I hope you all are doing well. I hope you have something that you're looking forward to this weekend. As I said in my written announcement, I invite you to share, what you're up to this weekend. So I think that will make it feel a little bit more like we're together. We know what's going on in each other's lives a little bit more. So this weekend, I am planning to get a few chicken eggs. I already got a few duck eggs. And we have a little incubator going. So my kids are really excited about that. We're gonna get all science up in here and try and hatch some ducks and chickens. We already have a couple of chickens in our yard. We have a really big backyard, and so we're gonna dedicate a portion of the yard to our ducks and chickens. Um, so that will be a lot of fun. I'm really excited about that. I'm also excited about planting some things. Hopefully we get some good weather, get out and get some gardening done. I know we all have a lot of work to do. I definitely have things that I need to work on for classes and getting our structure set up better. But I definitely, it's important to take care of your mental health and do something fun and get outside. So I hope that you're staying home and doing your best to limit how much interaction you have with other people, but still finding time to do some things that bring you joy. Okay, so I wanted to just talk for a few minutes. I'm going to reiterate some things that I have in my written announcement. First of all, if you haven't already taken the survey that I sent out on Wednesday, please do so today. It's really quick, and even the responses I've gotten so far have been really helpful. For example, I know that Zoom is challenging for some of you because you need a quiet home, or maybe you're in a different time zone. But at the same time, some people really enjoyed the in-person conversations and got a lot out of those discussions, which I did as well. So I'm planning to schedule a few Zoom meetings to kind of meet that need for those people who indicated that was something that they really wanted. But I will also record them and share them afterwards, so that if you are not able to participate synchronously, that you can still watch the recording later. Also, if the issue is that you need quiet, we can use a synchronous typed discussion board within Zoom, meaning that while the video is going on, you can have your headphones on. You don't actually have to speak out loud to contribute. If you would like to, if you'd prefer not to, you can mute your microphone and then type out any contributions you want to add, and then we can, I will see those, your peers will see those, and it will feel more like a discussion. So I'm thinking that this Monday we'll try that out. I posted a link to our Zoom meeting within the written announcement. There is a password. You will need the password to enter the meeting. So we'll plan for that. It'll be at our regular class time. I'll never ask us to meet synchronously if it's at a time other than our regular class time. Also, I want to just go over a few things that we're doing today. I listed within the announcement 2 of the readings that are already in your syllabus, but then I also added another one that kind of explains how to perform a personal SWOT analysis and how to make the most of that. So within that, it talks about what a SWOT analysis is and how someone could complete a personal SWOT, but it also talks about creating a stretch goal. So we already talked briefly about what a SWOT analysis is, but I still really, really want you to go through those articles. They're not long, and I've found that people in other classes, it's very easy to confuse a couple of the elements of the SWOT analysis, and if you have them confused, it's a little bit harder to create strategic plans and goals that are truly smart, that truly best utilize and account for those factors. So please read those articles and make sure you have a full understanding of a SWOT analysis. The 2 things that I notice are misunderstood most often is what is the difference between a strength and an opportunity, and what's the difference between a weakness and a threat. So a strength is something that is internal. It's something, in this case, that would be about you. This could be a personality trait. This could be You're very organized, you pay a lot of attention to detail, you're highly motivated, that kind of thing. It could also be some sort of experience that you have. Maybe you had an internship that now you're able to, maybe it helped you gain a skill, or maybe it's something that you just have that you can add to your resume. And an opportunity, on the other hand, is something that is external. So it's not within you, it's something that is outside of yourself that you could be able to tap into. And if you would tap into it, it would be positive. So an opportunity might be for an organization that's looking for a larger space. An opportunity could be a building that fits your needs that's available for rent. You don't have that building yet. This is not a strength of yours. However, it's available and it's out there. It's something that you could take advantage of, and it could potentially be a positive for your organization. The same with weaknesses and threats. Weaknesses are internal and threats are external. So weakness could be any of those things that we talked about, maybe a lack of experience. You haven't had an internship yet. You haven't had a job in the field yet, which is fine. It's just something to be aware of, and maybe that's something that it would be a priority for you to kind of develop and kind of counterbalance. But a threat, on the other hand, is something external. So that might be, the big obvious one is obviously, COVID-19 and how it's changing the structure of pretty much everything at the moment. Levels of opportunities are highly declined because of that. So for this assignment, I would like you to kind of, you can acknowledge things that are happening now, and COVID-19 is definitely a threat if you wanted to include that, but please don't make that the focus of this. I would like you to kind of just assume that things are pretty similar to how they were, just last month before this whole thing caused all these organizations to shut down and internships to close and things like that, because we're hoping that obviously we'll get past this and those opportunities will still be available, and I want you to kind of plan for that. So I want you to go through your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, then create a SMART goal. So that's specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. And there's a link to that so that you can kind of go through those and walk through them one at a time. You only need to create one of those SMART goals, but I want it to be something that is meaningful for you, that really takes into consideration your SWOT analysis. And then I want you to just create one stretch goal. So a stretch goal is something that you might not have a plan for it. You might not know how you're going to get there, but that's kind of where you want to end up. And it can help motivate you and keep you feeling kind of inspired to keep pushing towards those goals. Okay, all right. So that assignment is going to be due next Wednesday, but if you could please start on it. I think you'll have time today to start on it as if we were in class. And then it'll be due next Wednesday, but at the Zoom meeting, we'll have an opportunity to kind of talk about that for a few minutes. So if you could have it kind of started, especially the SWOT portion, if you could have that started, to develop, that would be great. Otherwise, please send me a message if you have any questions at all. If you haven't looked at the discussion board lately, if you want to go in there and see if there's anything else that you want to comment on. I have really enjoyed your discussion board posts. I think that you all had some really great insights about the important steps in emergency planning. If you haven't had a chance to, a couple of people have commented on the announcement from Wednesday. I didn't state that as required, and it is not required that you comment on that announcement from Wednesday. However, if you have the time, I highly recommend it. I'm trying to be, more lenient and understanding of the fact that some of you are moving and trying to get settled into this very sudden change. So that's why it's not required. But it does offer the opportunity to look at some really great examples of what to do, and also some things that will give you insight as to what not to do in emergency management planning and creating actionable plans for an organization. Even if you just go and look through those and read through the comments that are already there, I think that will be really helpful for you. So please, take the time to go ahead and do that. And again, email me if you have any questions. I look forward to seeing you all on Monday. Hey, have a good one.